Alright, so here we go. Went ahead and put some ARRMA sliders on the top. My plan was to run, this is the max rear body. My plan was to run that there, but there's no way to cut it and make it fit and mount securely without it ripping the body on a crash. So that's not going to work. And then here's the roof slider for max, and I figured I was going to use these two pieces, but as you see, it hangs way over in the front, and to put it in the center is not going to help me, considering it's hitting the corners, wearing out these corners. I mean, I only flipped twice, and this body's pretty thin, so figured I'd show that. These are the sliders that would work perfect are the sliders from the infraction. The infraction sliders, if you bought them from ARRMA, would fit right up here with no cutting. These are the Kraton 8S sliders, so I had to cut them down. So I will be ordering up some sliders for the infraction, and then I'll probably just put those up here. But that's nice and secure. That's going to stop this body from getting eaten up. So, I mean, the scratches are no big deal. I can always remove them. What I worry about is these corners, as much as that's eaten away, is to wear down to nothing. So that really concerns me. But figured I'd turn on the camera and show you what I'm doing with that. And all I did was take the Dremel, hacked off the back. These are the screws from the Kraton 8S, so that they have the Allen from the bottom, so when these heads get worn down, I can still take the bolts out. And I just finger space from the edge, set it down, marked one hole, put the bolt in, marked another hole, put the bolt in. Now I just tap the hole a little small, and then I screw it in, and it won't come off. I didn't put a nut on the backside. You just don't need it. And as you see, the bolts have gone all the way through. And then these bolts are cool because they have the Allen head on this side, so that when you wear these heads down, you can still get the bolts out. And then as you see, I have taped up this body. That's why you don't hear all the bad rattling with it. This antenna looks like it's already starting to get damaged, but whatever. And there we go. There's the Kaiju. Somebody was saying take these and put them in the straps, but there's just no strap left. These straps are really short with a 6S battery, so I'll have to do something else with this. What I did that time was shove it underneath this motor on one side, and then that's there. Once this is plugged in, that holds it. It's this one loose end, and I was putting it in here, but I might just zip tie it over here because I really don't need it. I'm only going to run a 6S pack, so I'll just put a couple zip ties around it in here, and then it'll connect there. So that's what I'll end up doing. Just don't need all that extra cable. Because I won't be running two 2-packs and two 2S or two 4S or any of that stuff in this one. This thing's strictly going to be on 6S. Hopefully it can handle it. Especially with 185 BLX, it should be fine. Motor was a little warm, so I will probably put on a motor fan. There we go, see? That'll plug right into there. That's it. Definitely a fun basher. I'm gonna get this thing charged up and get it out again because I had a blast. I definitely got to do something back here though, and it looks like it takes a tumble up here. So I don't know if a taller bumper in the front with a bigger loop, because these kind of look like the X-Max bumpers. So it might be better just to throw on a big X-Max bumper up here. But I don't know yet. I only had it out once. I definitely like the color and the paint scheme. I'm trying to preserve the body just so it doesn't wear a hole through any of the corners, because I'd hate to have to buy another one of these bodies. It's definitely a cool, looks like kind of like a Nissan to me. But yeah, all that time taping up the body. All right, welcome back. We are going to check the spur, because when I ran it, it seemed like it was tight. So let's see how hard it is to actually check the mesh. To the Kaiju. Bless you. I didn't sneeze. That's just the name. Kaiju. Oh, look at that little piece. Wow, look at the size of that pinion. I have truly never seen a pinion that big before. You guys got to check this out. Look at the size of that pinion and the size of that spur. They're like double thick, and they're 100% is no play in between those two. So I'm gonna go ahead and get, oh yeah, that's super tight. So that's why all that noise makes perfect sense now. Kaiju has got a mesh problem out of the box. So I don't know if I can get to, yeah, if I can even get to that. I might need a 90-degree little angle, little thing. Oh yeah, see, there we go. It's funny because it's got like a jam nut in there. Is that how you adjust it? Oh, it is slotted, but it's an open slotted deal. So it really looks like I need to turn that little jam nut in there. Let me get you guys down closer. Get this light off the camera. So that little nut right there, it's got a screw, but there's a jam nut. I'll have to loosen that in order to adjust the pinion. There we go. Not the preferred way I'd like to do it, but it worked. Wow. So that should rock. This is kind of a strange motor mount deal. But since this is loose, this bolt is also holding. I bet you it's one of those pin deals. That doesn't really seem to do much. It's got this weird, like, plate deal that goes underneath. I wonder if there's bolts underneath that literally adjust the mount, which I don't see. That's really strange. There's literally no play in this mesh. It's tight. This has got me baffled, guys. Haven't seen anything like this before. Wonder if I have to loosen that little bolt next to it, which of course is a different size. Huh. A little baffled. Okay, now there's a gap in between the motor on that plate. Slot it, but only has like one position for each gear, so it's probably set marks. See, because that motor's loose. Is because it's literally tight against that spur gear. And these pinions, as you see, are really, really like long. So I'll probably have to break out the Kaiju owner's manual and see what I'm going to have to chop off. Now I know why it's so bulletproof. The size of those gears, it's going to be pretty hard to strip that. But if you do a gear change and use a regular gear, it's most likely going to ruin that gear pretty fast. So REDCAT made these pretty specific for the Kaiju, which is fine. Buy some Kaiju gearing, I guess. Don't really need to gear it up or gear it down. For me, it's fast enough. I just kind of like that motor noise to be gone. So this bolt is snugged up. Now we'll take that little set screw that I'll eventually have to get a wrench for, which is probably also in the paperwork. Just snug that down. There we go, it's back to the way it was, but as you see, there's literally no play in between those gears. But thanks for watching, and if I figure something else out, I'll go ahead and turn the camera back on. But that's where I'm at. Thanks for watching.